Hi, I'm Dan Martell, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. And in this video, I'm going to teach you how to deal with too many leads. I know, high quality problem. You're like, come on, man, I need more leads. There are people out there that got too many leads, and I'm going to teach you how to deal with it in a way that doesn't reduce your revenue opportunity, but gives you way more time back in your schedule. And be sure to stay to the end. We're going to tell you how to get access to my discovery call framework to allow you to add a two-step process to your sales flow to qualify sales better and also prep them ready for the demo to get more people to buy. So maybe you have this issue where you have way too many leads coming in. If you've set up a funnel like I teach my coaching clients where, especially if you do a demo process where they're essentially filling out an application and then scheduling time on your calendar and you're just doing product demos, closing deals, getting people onboarded, activated, etc., then you may run into an issue because one of my clients, Tom, came to me. First problem we had to solve was getting more leads. Once we got him to a couple hundred a month of qualified leads, then the challenge was his calendar was just overflowing, that he didn't have time to manage the product, manage his customer success team, and he was just getting overwhelmed with the amount of new opportunities. So what we did is we added a few things into the mix that I'm going to teach you today that not only allowed him to get clarity into his process, but also give him like 3/4 of his time back and only spend time with customers that were higher value, higher revenue potential, and brought a lot of energy to his day. So I'm going to share with you guys the 5 ways you can do that in your business today. Number 1, lead scoring. Now, I'm not going to talk about the technology or the tool. You can check the comments below to see which ones others are recommending, but there is marketing technology out there that allow you to do lead scoring. Essentially, when somebody converts on a newsletter, an opt-in, or even signs up for a demo, you can score their activity based on, did they visit the website, any information about their company. There's so much data available to you if you implement lead scoring, but all of that will allow you to then qualify those new opportunities and kind of rank, order, and prioritize them in your business so you don't spend time with folks that aren't as high value. Number 2, funnel filter. So when I think of building out a sales funnel, I always think at the top of the funnel and adding a filter, a form that asks a few questions of the prospect so that I know if I can best serve them. You see this very often in an opt-in form where they'll ask, organizational size, monthly budget, team size, industry, etc. Because what's happening is the sales team knows that they only have a product that works best for certain types of clients, and they want to essentially add a filter so that they don't get any of that noise into their sales process. So that's number 2, is just adding a funnel filter to any kind of opt-in form. Now, some of you guys might be worried because you're like, well, if I do that, then not as many people are going to convert. That may be true, but the trade-off is worth it, where you get the data to make a better assessment. Yes, you'll have an impact on your conversions, but you'll be able to make better assessment and have better conversations with those prospects. Number 3, a 2-step sales process. One of my favorite things to do, and I've seen many of my clients do 1 step, meaning somebody fills out an application, they get to a product demo, they close the person on that first demo, credit card, purchase, sign up, going, good to go. But if you've got the issue that Tom had where he had hundreds of demos per month, then you might want to consider adding, after you've done the lead scoring and a funnel filter, a 2-step process. This is where you add a discovery call, a 15-minute call with the prospect to really understand if you can even serve them. And it's in that call that you want to kind of guide them to the vision and what they want to accomplish and some of the big challenges they're looking to overcome with your solution. But at the same time, ask questions that are going to allow you to know if they're going to be the best type of customers for the most part, a more hands-on approach to activation and deploying of the customer. Right? So if they're not a fit, you politely say, hey, I appreciate your time, but unfortunately, our product is actually best suited for companies like X, and I would recommend checking out this solution, et cetera, for your problem, which sounds crazy to a lot of founders, but that's a really great way of being clear on who we serve and who we don't serve so that your customer success team doesn't get inundated with trying to serve a ton of people that have been sold, and really get clear on the customer avatar. Number 4, improve your MQL or SQL definition. So an MQL is a marketing qualified lead, and SQL is a sales qualified lead. What that means typically is you have a marketing person driving leads that are marketing qualified, meaning that they're potentially the role that you focus on, they have the budget, etc. So the MQL is saying this person could buy, they just may not be in the market yet. So that's an MQL. The SQL is when a prospect or a lead turns into an opportunity. And for something to become an opportunity, there needs to be certain characteristics. One is they have a need identified and they want your solution. And that's usually what an SDR or a BDR, business development rep or a sales development rep, they focus on creating these opportunities. All I'm saying is that you can increase the filter and the kind of the limit of what's required for something to be qualified. And by doing that, you're going to reduce the amount of noise in your sales pipeline. Again, it's a tough decision because you're like, well, I need more leads, and you're saying that I increased the filter, and all of a sudden now, or the qualification, all of a sudden now I have less leads in my funnel. Yes, I'm saying that because they're going to be higher quality, higher converting, higher value, so that you get people that you can actually add a ton of value. There's no point in converting somebody into a customer and then having them churn after 30 days, right? And that's what happens when you get the wrong prospects and the wrong customers into your product, especially if you have a big upfront investment in customer success and activating their accounts and migrating the data and doing all this stuff, only to have them not stick around. So you want to make sure that you increase your definitions for your MQLs and your SQLs. And number 5, create a self-service plan. What this means is that if currently you have a kind of an application to a demo process, and you realize you have way too many demos, and you don't want to hire a bunch of salespeople, you just want to qualify and have a higher quality of conversation, then what you could do is in those applications, if you had a self-service version that might be priced differently or not, but you just say, hey, appreciate you reaching out. Here's a link to sign up for a product to try it out. Based on this free plan, you get access to email support, and you essentially reduce the burden on your customer success team by letting the customer self-activate. Yes, you're going to have higher churn. Yes, you're going to have lower activation, but that way you're not losing the lead, but you're not having it impact your team in regards to the overhead and the bandwidth that's going to be required to service that customer. So that's a really great way to essentially downsell a customer that isn't as far along in the maturity of maybe their organization that they would need to be able to invest in a more higher tier plan, but without losing them a customer so they could eventually grow with you. So 5 changes you can make to deal when you have too many leads coming in to your startup. Number 1, lead scoring, so that you can really understand a 360 view of who that person is before they came into your pipeline. Number 2, a funnel filter, so you can ask 1 or 2 questions that are really going to get you clear if that person is a great candidate for your product. Number 3, 2-step sales process, so you can add a discovery call to really qualify them so you don't take up your account exec's time. Number 4, improve your MQL and SQL definitions so that you raise the stakes on what's required to be a marketing or a sales qualified lead. And 5, create a self-service plan so you can essentially downsell gracefully in an automated way folks that would never be able to be profitable for you to serve as it is in your business today. So as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, I want to share with you an incredible resource called the Discovery Call Builder. You can click the link below to get access to your copy today. Essentially, it's a 9-box model. It's a flow conversation structure for you to be able to do a quick 10 to 15 minute discovery call with a new prospect. Most importantly, for you to qualify them to make sure they're the right fit for your solution so you don't clog up your account exec's calendar with unqualified leads. So be sure to click the link below to download your copy. And as per usual, if you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel. If there's anybody you care about that you think this has really served, feel free to share with them directly. And as per usual, I want to challenge you to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday. All right.